Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started with tonight's boys varsity action, we're here with Mallory John Killia.
Hello.
Real big game tonight. How you feeling after it?
It's a tough loss, but, we'll come back, and I think we play New Providence next. So, that's a big game, but, we're going to come back out and we're going to play really well.
What was your biggest takeaway on what you guys need to work on and what you guys really excelled on in this past game?
What we excelled on? I think we excelled on, first quarter, second quarter was pretty rough, but we came out in the third and fourth better, got down to a 3-4 point
deficit.
But, just not giving them so many points in the first and second quarter and trying to catch up. And what we did well, I think we fought back pretty well.
I mean, yeah, obviously, unfortunate with the way that game ended, but, especially from those 20 seconds, you guys scored 4 points and basically completely stuffed the Raiders' ability to inbound. What would you say was the biggest factor onto why you guys were able to stuff the Raiders inbounding?
I think our speed, our athleticism, I think we're a lot more athletic than they were, and I think we sped them up, and I think that's how we got a lot of the baskets.
Thrilling ending to that game. But next up, you got New Prov. I mean, they are a very tough opponent. We saw how you played against them last time. But hey, now you're on the team. So how do you mentally prepare for a game like that?
Just confidence. Want to, go out there and play well. Every opponent's faceless, and, no matter if they're the best team in the conference or the worst team in the conference, you got to go out there and, play your best.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you for coming on, Mallory. But, I mean, now we got Union Catholic versus Roselle Catholic boys basketball. What do you think about going into this game?
I think RC's a pretty good game, pretty good team. I think UC's a pretty good team. I think it'll be a pretty good game.
I mean, someone take note of Evan. Cliff obviously got injured in his last game, going to be limited today, not going to be in the starting five, unfortunately. But how much do you think it's going to impact today's game plan?
Well, wait, you're asking me or her?
Mallory, sorry, not Evan.
Sorry, what's the question?
So, obviously, Cliff injured his ankle. Last game going to be limited, not in the starting five today. How do you think that's going to impact the game plan against RC?
I think it's just going to be one less guy that's, a threat. I think, every guy out on the UC team is a threat, but, losing one of the most important defenders, I think he's one of the best defenders on the team, that's going to hurt UC a little bit.
I mean, obviously, you mentioned Cliff's skill is obviously defensive value, but, he provides some pretty good offensive value when needed. So who do you think is going to be able to step up today to be able to fill the void that Cliff has on offense?
I think that Bryce Scott and Xavier Thompson, I think both coming off the bench right now, I think they're going to provide a lot of, offense. I think Xavier Thompson is scoring pretty well now, so I think he'll bring. Yeah,
you mentioned Xavier. He's doing pretty well, but, again, that defensive void is so good, but I think someone that's going to be a key contributor for today is going to be Trevor Whitaker. Obviously, the offensive value with the threes. He makes good passes, able to finish low, but he's also a very underrated on-ball defender, off-ball defender. Obviously, that will definitely go to Cliff, but Trevor still has some good defensive versatility. Evan?
I mean, yeah, that's a great point right there. Trevor against Roselle Catholic last game had 22 points, 6 blocks. His defensive presence this season has been really something to be commended. So I'm really excited for it, huh?
I am too, Evan.
Thank you so much for coming on, Mallory.
Thank you.
All right. So we really appreciate Mallory coming on, as always. But now we got a little pregame going on. Union Catholic 6-6 going into this game. Roselle Catholic 8-6. Here's the thing. Roselle Catholic coming off of a loss. Union Catholic coming off 2. It's going to be a battle of retribution, especially because when we last played Roselle Catholic, as I mentioned, 18-point loss. Trevor Whitaker had one heck of a game right there. But now we got a whole different look. Andrew Edu. I mean, the guy had 10 points, 15 rebounds versus Plainfield just on Tuesday.
I mean, obviously, this team's record is not indicative of who they actually are. Their record is basically saying this team is a lot worse than they actually are. We saw against Plainfield only a 5-point loss. Linden, I believe 6 points too, right?
That was 3.
Exactly, 3-point loss to both top 10 teams in the state. So this is a very competitive team, and I expect it to keep it close, not just offensively, but also defensively too.
Should be mentioned, there's nothing like some Watchung Conference basketball, right? There is 3 top 7 teams in the state in this conference. And I mean, we played Plainfield on Tuesday. We play RC tonight. We play Plainfield again at the Metro Classic next week. We've played Elizabeth already. They're ranked in the low to mid 10s.
Which is still very good.
Right. And that's not even the last ranked team in the Union County.
Of course it's not.
Union ranked at number 20 by NJ.com today. He's from Union.
Yeah. Well, I like to not associate myself with that town, so.
Well, you go to Union Catholic. This is who we rep tonight. We got the blue on. We can't wait.
Yeah.
Now, RC put up a very good game versus us last time. I mean, it's going to be a very different look tonight.
That it is, Evan. That it is.
You mentioned Edu. I mean, the guy is a monster rebounder. I gotta stop saying I mean. I realize I'm doing it too much. My mom mentioned it to me. So, what do you think Edu is going to change for this matchup?
I mean, obviously Vikings have struggled with the rebounding, but ever since Edu has come back, they've really thrived on the boards, and that's where this team is going to, thrive most, because they've been gotten beat on the boards in those second chance points, but with Edu providing that huge physical presence that the Vikings have missed this entire season, especially against Roselle Catholic, I think that's going to be the biggest factor in today's game against the Lions.
RC always been a guard-heavy team. I mean, their last great big was Naz Reid, who's now, sixth man of the year in the NBA.
I mean, obviously, that's still shout out to Naz Reid, but that was what, 10 years ago at this point?
Yeah, but they've had guys. RC's going to get guys.
Obviously, this is one of the premier teams in the state of New Jersey. You always see them play nationally, and you always see them perform well nationally too.
Right. One of their losses was to national team Spire Academy, who's now number 1 in the country.
Do you know how much they lost by?
It was about 23. I was at that game, actually.
I mean, still, 23 to the best team in the nation is, like, it could be worse.
It could very well be worse.
Something to take note of. But, again, I think that RC definitely does have some athleticism advantages over the Vikings, so we need to see how that's going to play out for this game.
Right, I think there are a couple things you got to work on in this game, and that is going to be shot selection and foul trouble. Those are the two things we really had to look at during Plainfield, because you saw Trevor Whitaker kind of bomb a couple threes trying to get hot, and they did not go. They did not fall. As a matter of fact, they weren't even close. Didn't give the opportunity for a second chance. But also the foul trouble. Against Plainfield, we were outranked, I believe, 23-10. That's what Dr. Regan told me in the foul numbers. You can't be allowing that many fouls. That's over 5, almost 6 a quarter.
Yeah, I mean, something to also take note of, though, is the fact there's only 10 fouls through 4 quarters. So there needs to be an ability to be able to not only stop the fouls on your end, but you also need the ability to draw the fouls. And I think especially the way that that's going to be happening today is if you keep driving in the paint, give the ball to Andrew, I think there's going to be some pretty good success in getting to the foul, to get them into the bonus and get them to the line.
We're going to need a real big Andrew Edu double-double tonight.
That we do, Evan, that we do.
We're going to need some Najai Hines stat lines here.
That we do.
But then again, it's not out of reach for Union Catholic, even in the slightest, despite what's being mentioned right now, because you look at these guys and you see a very competent, very athletic, very talented Union Catholic team. Malik Moore, top 25 in the country in his class. Trevor Whitaker, someone's got to sign that guy. He's a monster.
I mean, Trevor, completely very underrated season so far.
100%. I mean, he's the second leading scorer. He's putting up over 3 stocks a game. It's going to be a thriller tonight. Throwing down a little dunk. Looks like we're getting started with the action here. Having a couple of technical difficulties, so you're just going to see our pretty faces. I'm just going to mute for the time being.
We'll keep the floor mic on, though.
Yes.
Starting lineups, first for the visiting Lions. Number 24, Tyrese Hunter. Number 21, Trayvon Lewis. Number 12, Khalid Thomas. Number 3, Chase Gray. Number 0, Javion Chappelle. The head coach of the Lions is Todd Decker. And now, the starting lineups for your Union Catholic Vikings. Junior, number 10, Xavier Thompson. Sophomore, number 25, R.J. Wicks. Junior, number 15, Andrew Ida. Senior, number 11, Trevor Whitaker. And sophomore, number 5, Malik Moore. The assistant coaches are Anthony Galletti, Brian Young, Nate Johnson, and Anthony Goodell. The head coach of the Vikings is Dr. Jim Regan Jr. At this time, would you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem? Thank you.
Now then, let's play some Watch Young Conference basketball. Not sure if I mentioned, I'm Evan Floric, Ryan Parmenter here, and Jacob Neshapur, class of 24.
Yeah, I mean, again, so excited to be back here, Evan. You know, I'm so excited to be able to do this. You know, big-time matchup, Union Catholic, Roselle Catholic. Doesn't get better than this. It's going to be a good one.
I mean, yeah, you mentioned big-time matchup, but we rarely see this team play Roselle Catholic at the vault. Usually at showcases, and you mentioned earlier today.
Right, and we don't get this a lot, right? We used to get it a lot back in the day, right? In 2016, 2015, way back when.
So back when we were like 7 or 8.
Right, but now we haven't seen this as much, right? This is something that we haven't been able to experience here at the vault. So it's always exciting when we're able to get that going here at Union Catholic.
Edu on the tip-off. Violation on Roselle Catholic.
Yeah, it's a great start if you're a UC, right? You're going to get the ball right off rip here. Chance to get going in this one. And Union Catholic is a tough stretch as of late, right? Linden, Plainfield, Roselle Catholic.
I mean, absolutely brutal schedule. You know, Evan mentioned on the pregame that there are 4 teams, I believe, in Union County ranked within the top 20, and 3 of them being in the top 10. So, also another thing to take note of. Mentioned in the pregame, Cliff DeGear limited with an ankle, as obviously as we see usual starting lineup, but Xavier Thompson replacing him in the starting lineup.
Thompson has been the 6th man for the Vikings. It's about time. And a quick early turnover right there. Trayvon Lewis, the star, kicking it to the corner. 3 ball. Is that off the glass? More on the board.
Off rim.
He'll drive baseline, kick it. Whitaker, his 3 ball. Money!
And that's Whitaker's specialty, really. You know, we usually see him on the wing making those good making those absolutely phenomenal shots. But there's also some versatility in his three-point shots. He can make it from anywhere, make it from the top. He can also make it from the corner. And that's really where he thrives at.
Reminder, 6 threes versus Roselle Catholic last game.
Like you said, Ryan, that's what Whitaker does. That's his spot. Wonderful job there to get the Vikings going by Trevor Whitaker.
3 ball for the Lions, no good. More on the board. It'll be Roselle Catholic basketball.
And everything about this matchup is intriguing. Not only the two teams, not only the matchups on the court, but also Coach Regan, Coach Decker, two very phenomenal coaches in this conference. Just going to be an exciting night all around.
And Edu out here early, pressing.
Lewis pulls the 3 ball, it's good. Lewis on Moore is going to be the matchup you're going to see a lot tonight. These are 2 4-star athletes. Lewis had multiple 10-steal games this season.
I mean, that's ridiculous. 10 steals is absurd.
Imagine being 1 point off a quadruple double. He also had a quadruple double versus Westfield as Whitaker. First 5 points for the Vikings here.
Whitaker obviously second option to Moore, but today they're really gonna need him to step up with the presence of Cliff DeGuerre. Really missed early on in this game.
That's what's so dangerous about this Vikings team. You don't know where it's going to come from right away. A guy like DeGuerre coming off the bench, I mean, that's just huge plus for the Vikings. Now, he's a little banged up, but.
Lewis already got 1, he's got 2.
Lewis, obviously, Evan mentioned 4-star, but definitely a name to keep out for today. Already 6 of the 6 Nathan Lee Lion points.
Moore.
Lions, sorry, not Nathan Lee Lions.
Puts one up, no good. Moore only 12 points versus RC in their last matchup. It'll be a 3 ball by Thomas this time.
And that's something, if you're the Vikings, you just can't allow it to happen, because that's what? 3 open threes that have happened, and they are now 2 or 3 from 3, but still though, you cannot allow the Lions to get that open.
Little finger roll for Edu will fall. It'll give the Vikings the lead, 7-6.
Edu, it's great to see him get going early in this one. Only a couple games back from him. I want to see the Vikings be able to get him going, another guy for this Viking squad.
Bray wide open for 3, not even close. And then on the putback is Thomas. And so he'll be paying a visit to the free throw line after Whitaker fouls him from behind.
And Chase Bray has taken a couple of those shots so far. Haven't gotten it to fall. He is the shooter for this team. That'll be something to look at here in this one. First shot no good from RC.
Gets a lucky bounce and it'll fall, all tied up at 7. It's such a high-key matchup. You want to have a consistent free throw, as that could very well determine the game. Whitaker, deep ball here, a little short. It'll roll out of bounds.
Whitaker's feeling it tonight, right? I mean, that one didn't go, but it's pretty darn close for Whitaker. That's his shot. We talked about it already. It's going to be interesting to watch him the rest of this one.
There are very few men I trust to take the parking lot deep ball, but one of those men is Trevor Whitaker. Second chance here for the Lions. Lewis creates a little separation, passes it off. Now Hunter working on Thompson. He'll drive, almost stripped away. What a look! Over the head, and Chappé will finish.
And that's definitely the specialty of this offense. The ability of everybody being able to shoot and have their freedom of shots, but they're also able to move the ball really well, and the Vikings early on able to maintain it, but definitely something to look out for as we go on and the Vikings get more and more tired.
Bray called for a reaching foul. RC's first foul of the game. Halfway through the first. Moore driving. Oh my goodness! What an acrobatic finish there for Moore as he gets the and one.
But yeah, as you mentioned, Moore finished it, and it's important that he gets going early as he's the Vikings' #1 option. I believe you mentioned 13 points against him last time, right?
12.
12 points against him last time. You need Moore and Whitaker to step up here.
Yeah, they called the block there, and it's the right call, don't get me wrong, but it's crazy, you know, they called the block, and Malik almost jumped over it to make that bucket, so speaks to the athleticism here of Malik Moore.
I mean, Chappé thought he had his feet set. Hunter, pull up, Jay. Whoa. Thompson on the board. Up to Whitaker. He wants it. He'll take it. Vikings up to a 4-point lead now.
Whitaker again with that lethal three-point shot.
Now a pair of threes on the night, up to 8 points. You can't leave Trey Lewis that open.
That's something the Vikings have really struggled with early on, is that they've been allowing the Lions to get wide open on these threes.
Moore slipped, and it's going to lead to a turnover. Oh! And that'll be Lewis driving and trying to get the jelly lay over. Whitaker will not fall.
Already Whitaker's second foul, so be wary of that.
You got to watch out because he is looking like the offensive engine to start.
They look a little shaken up there, too. Grabbing at that knee is Trevor Whitaker. And now 2 fouls, a little banged up. And just like you guys said, he's been the spark for UC so far, so keep an eye on that one.
First free throw, good for Lewis. Now up to 7 points on the night. Now 8 out of 11 for RC.
And Bryce Scott going to come in for Trevor Whitaker.
Understandable, you want to keep him as healthy and as out of foul trouble as possible. It's just a shame he got hot when he did.
Right now, this offense needs to be running through both Malik and Thompson.
Moore picking up pace, finishing through contact. I mean, he floated there for a minute.
I mean, his athleticism is definitely off the charts. Some of the Vikings are also able to do so well, Evan. They're able to navigate really well off these screens.
Ray driving, kicking. Moore pulling away with it. Trying to pick up pace again behind the back, stolen away by Lewis. That's a specialty right there, a legit two-way player. Pull up, Jay, no good from the line. Put back is good for Thomas. Up to Wicks, cannot hold on. Edu got it though. He'll drive, spin, has to kick it. Oh, what do I know? Foul called. The first free throw attempt for the Vikings since Malik Moore's and one.
Foul on Thomas is first.
A good job by Edu to draw that foul there, drawing a triple team. Instead of looking to dish it out, draws the foul, gets to the line.
This is exactly what the Vikings were looking for in the first 6 games of this season, was a guy who could get in the paint and try and get you a bucket. And Edu, his first free throw is good.
You could almost argue that's exactly what they were missing in those first couple of games, right? Now they get that back with Edu. And it's been a tough stretch since they've gotten back, like we've already mentioned, but they've been in those games, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, their record is not indicative of how good this team is.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Linden was, what, 6 when we played them?
It was a 3-point game to lose at home.
All right, and they were ranked, definitely ranked higher up there. Plainfield was another close one, number 1 team, so Unicast wants this one bad, especially after 2 close losses to ranked opponents.
Moore really wanted that rebound.
Again, something to take note of there, but we saw 2 players on the Lions side wide open beyond the arc, so Vikings really need to take care and make sure that those players are covered.
Edu given a 3rd chance here. Jump ball going to be called. It'll go to the Vikings. Thompson's 3 ball just a little bit off on that. But the Vikings managing to maintain possession. Scott's inbound. Just an athletic play right there. But 3 guys there. Passing it to Edu. High off the glass. What a finish there. Gives the Vikings a 6-point lead. Their largest of the night.
I mean, yeah, Edu obviously able to make that shot, but, that was a great job by, I believe it was Lewis, to get up there and make contact with the ball.
The putback and 1 for Johnson. Now, he came off the bench, obviously, making his presence known. Each team with 3 fouls with 50 seconds to play in this first quarter.
I mean, Evan, you mentioned each team with 3 fouls, but the amount of physicality that's been played with this game so far, I mean, it might not stay at that low of a number for that much longer.
It is a physical ball game, but you'll notice the best teams, they stay disciplined with their defense. The and 1 falls, and Bray will come back in for Johnson. Just keep it in the starting lineup now.
Lions in the press here.
Smacked out of bounds by Hunter. He'll stay with the Vikings. Someone's got to get open. A jump ball going to be called. Roselle Catholic trying to call a timeout there. Won't get it in time. Wicks doing a stand-up job getting onto that before a timeout could be called.
Roselle Catholic needs Bray to get going here to start really having a chance to pull away.
The smallest man on the court, next to the largest.
And Edu, really good defense on Bray there.
Hunter 3 ball, no good. Offensive rebound by Stevenson. Bray gonna drive, kicks. Tries to go up and under is Lewis, who will be fouled yet again.
By Wicks.
Going back to the line. Wicks 4 fouls in the game against Plainfield. Gonna have to watch the foul trouble.
Again, you mentioned Vikings outfouled the Cardinals 26-10, and right now they're already outfouling the Lions by 1, so really need to be careful here.
We also see that Roselle Catholic, when they have the ball for a long extended period of time, right, they move the ball really well.
And Vikings are just not able to keep up with that.
Picking apart that Union Catholic defense, we saw it just right there. Couple good looks, didn't get them a fall, but ultimately get to the free throw line here. Definitely want to limit possession time for the Lions if you're Union Catholic.
Yeah, the longer that the ball stays in their hands, the more dangerous that their offense is, and the more weapons that it opens.
Lewis gets the bounce. First free throw is good. Setting up for his second. Don't believe he's missed just yet. Moore wants a touchdown pass. Finds Scott, who spins into traffic. Floor seems slippery tonight, huh? Great look there. Stevenson gonna put up a little floater. Gives the Lions the lead.
Those are the little baskets that Union Catholic can't allow if they want to win a game like this against a ranked opponent.
I believe a timeout called by the oh, no, that's just the first quarter. Whoopsie. Well, either way, it's been a back and forth ball game here. Now, you've said it a bunch of times. The record is not indicative of the Vikings' prowess. What's keeping them in this game against number 3, I believe, Roselle Catholic?
I mean, right now, they're able to keep up with the pace, and especially that hot start from Trevor Whitaker. Obviously, he went to the bench because of foul trouble and apparent knee issue. And really, ever since then, their offense have slowed down significantly. Malik Moore trying to pick up the slack, but unable to do so. And because of that, Roselle Catholic has really been able to step on the gas and now have a 1-point lead going into the second quarter.
Right, and what really sparked that foot on the gas, Jacob?
Well, I mean, when you look at Roselle Catholic, right, obviously in the beginning it was Lewis, right, getting those couple of threes to, get those to fall. And then they really kept that foot on the gas, right? Union Catholic has made, a couple of mistakes here, like we saw that, I don't want to call it a cherry pick, but sitting there under the basket, right, and they just right to them, easy basket, give them the lead, right? So Roselle Catholic has just made the right plays. They've picked apart Union Catholic defense, and I really think it's that ball movement like I touched on before. When they move the ball around really well, it really opens up that Union Catholic defense to a point where, they can get a shot off from anybody, and we saw it already a couple times. So if Union Catholic wants to limit RC from, putting that foot on the gas in that sense, right, you gotta slow down those possessions and those passes.
And something to take note of is that another reason as to why the Lions have been able to put their foot on the gas, they've been heavy pressing on the Vikings inbounding as we see Bray, really tight defense on Thompson there.
Edu gonna drive. He'll try and hand it off. Whitaker's got it.
Whitaker back in the game for Scott.
Now with a little band on that knee. He gets stripped. In transition here.
Blocked by Moore, oh my goodness.
Woo-wee. That's gonna be called a foul? Moore loses his shoe.
I don't know about you, Evan, but I'm pretty sure that was all ball.
That looked like all ball to me. Moore, an absolute rejection of the poster.
Crowd really letting the refs hear it.
Or maybe letting Thomas hear it. First free throw, no good.
Honestly, Evan, I think it might be a mixture of both.
Sure, ball don't lie from the crowd. One for two at the line. Inbounds to Whitaker. 8 points in that first quarter for him.
Whitaker also a reason that RC was able to get going there. Once he went out with the banged up knee, right, they were really able to start going. So I want to see UC try and get the ball back to him.
Moore between, step back three, it's good. Gives the Vikings their lead back.
That's another guy you can get behind, though, Malik Moore.
Again, though, Vikings have really been reliant upon the three today, and they kind of need to, obviously, if it's going to work, you might as well keep doing it. But issue with that is once the three stops falling, you need to be able to adjust your game plan off of that. And the Vikings really have not been able to get anything going on but inside of the arc.
Funny thing about that shot right there is the shot actually fell, but it went above the backboard. You can't allow that.
Oh, good fake there by Whitaker.
Oh, Lewis, what you jumping for? Moore got 1-3 already, fakes it. Oh! Hunter calls for a foul right there as Moore tries to pull up.
Yeah, this one's going to be called tight. That's what happens, especially not only Union County watching division games, but a UC-RC game. It's going to be called tight. Don't want tensions to get too high here, higher than they already are coming into it.
UC-RC games are always going to be physical. It's a rivalry, especially much more in the past year or two when it's been a much closer ball game.
Right.
Moore makes his first, and the Bigs will get back on defense. Gotta love your confidence in your star player to make those kinds of shots. Lewis driving baseline. Finds Stevenson. Oh, get a quick finish there. Couldn't lead back to one. Moore picking it up. Tries to swing it to Edu. Won't get it. That's a real hard pass for that close and that far out.
It's little turnovers like that Union Catholic needs to limit here. They have the lead, but if you make mistakes like that against a team like Roselle Catholic, your lead's not going to last very long.
Hunter to the corner. Hunter letting the offense reset. Lewis too open in the corner. Will give the lead back to the Lions.
That's just good deception from Roselle Catholic. See a play call almost there for a couple seconds, and then just the guy in the corner wide open hits the shot. That's what RC will do.
I think they probably had a play call. And then, you see the guy who's got 2 threes already wide open. Moore looking to create. Shot no good. Edu pulling down the offensive board. Kicks it. Thompson corner three. Money! And we're going shot for shot here in Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Bray, gotta take one from the parking lot. I wasn't kidding about shot for shot here.
That's what Bray does. That's why he's on this team, is to hit that big-time shot.
Thompson picking up speed, driving. Floater up, no good. Edu, fouled. I like the look there for Thompson, going in transition.
Yeah, especially since he was able to blow past Bray so easily.
And we've already seen Edu bring such a much-needed physicality to this team, right? Getting it inside there, drawing the fouls. I think it's the second or third time he's already been to the line in this one. That's what UC needed big time, and he's brought that for the Vikings. Here's Cliff checking into the game for the first time.
It'll be Wicks and Scott coming out. No, Wicks and
Thompson
coming out, my bad. Scott comes in along with Cliff Daguerre. Ah, unlucky bounce there. Hunter driving. Now Stevenson back to Hunter. Guarded by Moore. Drive, loses it. Edu picking it up. 1 point ball game here. Moore driving, spins. Oh, tries to get the reverse to go. Put back by Scott is good. Now a transfer from Roselle Catholic.
That's what Bryce Scott will do. He might not show up too much on the stat sheet, but he's going to make plays like that. Athletic rebounds, able to get the putback there.
You've got so many score-first guys. You need guys like Bryce Scott willing to get those gritty putbacks. Moore to Whitaker. Deep three here. Oh my days! How do you do? Trevor Whitaker, his third three of the night.
And Whitaker's absolutely on fire right now.
And a timeout gonna be called by the Lions as the Vikings are hot right now. Parham, break it down for us.
So obviously we see that three, and that's really what the Vikings have done so far. They've lived and died by the three ball today. But, you know, we have seen some more layups and abilities to drive in the paint more recently by both Scott, Moore, and Thompson. So I think that's going to be a key reason as to why, if the Vikings win this game, they're going to win.
You see Edu getting to the rack. You see Whitaker and Moore and Thompson all working from the outside. Jacob, it's still a 4-point game.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what we're going to see in this one, right? It's going to be a close matchup. Obviously, a ranked opponent versus a gritty team like Union Catholic that very well could be ranked by the end of this season. So, obviously, we're going to continue to see that. But what UC has done so well, right? The three ball has been great so far, but they've also had those plays underneath from Edu mostly, where they've gotten to the line, where they've made some tough layups, right? We saw it from Bryce Scott, one of the smaller guys out there on the court, able to get that putback off Malik and put it right back in. So it's been an all-around pretty solid effort from Union Catholic, and it's going to stay close throughout this one. I could see this, keeping up for the rest of this one.
Right, as Parham said, live by the three ball, die by the three ball, and right now the Vikings are living.
And, Evan, you mentioned earlier that they're going shot for shot. They have. We've seen multiple, as you've put it, parking lot shots. So we need to see if both teams are able to consistently hit those threes.
I mean, RC's been a lethal three-point shooting team for as long as I've been alive, probably.
But here's the thing. Right now, I believe they're not shooting that efficiently. And, they started off hot, went 2 for 3 on threes, but ever since then, they've had a lot of wide-open looks, and a lot of those wide-open looks have either been missed opportunities or the shots have just not fallen in.
Lewis has got 3 threes. Man on the ball, Bray's got one. Lewis looking for his fourth. Won't go. Edu pulls it down.
Edu almost steps out of bounds there.
Moore standing at the volleyball line. I'm sure there was a little voice in his head saying, pull that.
I mean, this is his rank. You do see him hit a shot occasionally from that line.
Daguerre out to Moore. Guarded by Thomas. Twitchy, he'll drive, kicks. Scott loses it. Unfortunate play there, as he was going to be open for the three ball.
Just thought about the shot before he had the ball.
Pass just a little bit high. It's unfortunate.
Missed opportunity there for the Vikings.
Punt around Whitaker.
Vikings so far have been really able to adjust to that open man and really the Lions' fast-paced, ball-oriented offense. A lot of ball movement, and the Vikings have been able to, really stop that open man.
Lewis spins, runs straight into Whitaker. Hitting the eye, I believe.
Yeah, I can't believe no foul call there.
It'll stay Roselle Catholic basketball.
You even see Coach Regan talking to the ref over there. I mean, that's could have gotten somebody hurt. That was a rough play.
Physical Union County basketball. Lewis spins behind the back. Oh, he's getting fancy with it. Shot is up, no good. That baby floater. You need those kinds of shots to fall.
Yeah, not to mention he got Whitaker jumping early on that one too.
Scott drives, dubs, and one. Andrew Edu, how do you do?
Edu will continue to do when he's underneath there. I mean, that's what he does, right? He gets to the line. That time the bucket falls, and Andrew Edu has been one of the difference makers here for Union Catholic.
100% Bryce Scott playing the most aggressive ball I've seen from him all season. Of course, he started at the beginning, came off the bench. He's getting more limited minutes. He is proving why he's earned his rotation spot.
And, obviously, important game for him. As you mentioned earlier, he's a Roselle Catholic transfer. So I can't imagine how it feels for him playing well against his former team.
Stevenson kick out to Hunter. Hunter drives, tries to kick. Smacked away by Edu.
Been saying his name a lot, and he's been all over in this one.
Yeah, he's really marked his territory on this one.
Averaging about 1.5 blocks a game in his appearances this season. Bray, 3-ball. It's good. I'll bring it back to a one-possession ball game here.
Don't want to let Chase Bray get going here if you're the Vikings. Obviously, you look down the roster, there's other guys out there that you think you'd be more worried about, but Chase Bray, when he gets those open looks, he's not going to miss.
Daguerre into Edu. Back to Daguerre. 3-ball. A little bit long. Hunter spins. Now Lewis. Wide open look. Late whistle there. Now Lewis coming back to the line. Boy, if I had a nickel. Very impressive at drawing the foul is Trayvon Lewis. I don't believe he's missed from the line yet. More talking to Coach Young right now. First free throw is good. In and out. Catholic school rivalries, huh? Moore coming off a screen. Drops. Edu in the paint. Spins. Baby floater is good.
I honestly thought he was going to dunk that.
Timeout called by the Vikings. 30 seconds there. Now, that right there is some Watchung Conference ball. Edu working in the paint. You got a little spin move there. And a lovely finish.
I mean, that's what you're going to see from Edu, right? I've already said it so many times, but Andrew Edu has brought that much-needed difference for the Vikings underneath. Parm, you touched on it before, was live and die by the 3-ball. After that, Union Catholic's been underneath a little bit more, able to get through Edu.
And obviously, Edu is going to be an absolutely crucial part as to why this team is currently in the league, provides that great inside presence that you mentioned, but not to mention, he's also phenomenal at drawing the foul and getting the line. Now, he may not be the most consistent free throw shooter, but it doesn't matter because as long as you can draw those fouls, it puts your team in a better position to be able to be put at the line if this team gets put in if the Roselle Catholic puts him in the bonus with 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining.
Lineup for the Vikings right now. Wicks, Edu, Daguerre. Oh, wow, deep three ball there by Thomas. Wicks, Daguerre, Edu, Moore, and Scott.
Vikings 1 point lead right now.
It has been an offensive clinic for both teams here. Feeding Edu. Stevenson going to be called for the foul there.
And again, I know it's only 36 seconds left in this half, but you have to be careful because another foul here, even if it's not a shooting foul, the Vikings get to go to the line.
Whitaker's going to step back on in exchange for Wicks.
And I think Coach Regan wants Whitaker to get a shot off here. That's why he subbed Wicks out.
Moore spins, creates a bit of separation. That's all he needs.
And that's what Malik Moore does so well, is creating space, creating shots. That's what you look for in a player, and that's what he does so well.
I mean, Moore just provides so much versatility in the scoring. He can shoot the three ball. He's able to drive in. He's able to hit the mid-range. He's able to finish pretty well too.
Lewis fakes the three ball, pull up midi. Whoa. Moore, oh, I thought he was gonna take it. Shot no good for Edu to end the half. Vikings up 40-36. What a halftime performance from these Vikings right here.
Yeah, I mean, a great first half for Union Catholic. You have the lead by 4, 40-36, right? This is exactly what UC wanted coming into this one. A high-scoring one, too. Something we have maybe not seen in the last couple of years. But Union Catholic feeling good going into halftime here. Coach Regan just got to talk it over with them. Keep doing what you're doing. And, go out there and win a big-time game.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Jacob. You mentioned this is a very high-scoring game, and I myself expected this was going to be a defensive game. But, we've had a combined 76 points through the first half, and I expect that to continue into the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it's been Edu in the paint all day. Go to work, young fella. He is the difference maker for this Vikings team. Do you remember the score of that game? It was 60-42, Roselle Catholic win. Vikings at 40 at halftime.
Definitely an improved offensive performance from this team. But again, I know we've mentioned a lot about Edu, but we cannot stress how important Edu is to this team. Obviously, with Yao and FK graduating, and then being a big part of this team the past, 3 years. I mean, Regan's offense has relied upon those two big men, and there's really been no one to step up into that role until Edu came back from that transfer rule.
It has been a brand new look for these Vikings. No more Luke Shore, no more AJ Altabelli, no more FK, no more Yao. And it's not even a rebuilding year either because you have the talent to compete. We haven't had a great big in about a year. It looks like we found our guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what happens when you have a guy like Coach Regan, right? People want to come play for him. Not even just Coach Regan, all the guys on that bench, right? People just want to come play here, and that's what's going to continue for Union Catholic. So it's a great opportunity here for UC to continue to be a dominant program.
That right there is broken down perfectly. Now then, please enjoy our Union Catholic cheerleaders at the halftime show. And after that, Mr. Lambert hosts our half-court shot contest, sponsored by Fabio's Pizza.
Fans, let's hear it for our Union Catholic Vikings cheerleaders. Fans, it is now time for the halftime half-court challenge. If anyone makes a shot from half-court, they'll receive a gift certificate for Fabio's Pizza, located in downtown Fairwood. Brandon is up first. Pete up next. Ryan with a second shot chance here.
Oh my days, Peter, what was that?
Peterson up next. And Max is next.
Puts one up. Oh, he almost had that.
Come on, Kelby.
That underhand shot almost fell. Kelby Pereira,
A little short.
a little short.
Rachel.
Thank you to Ben Palacio grabbing these rebounds.
Abby is next.
Now, Ellie Majewski, who you just saw in the girls' varsity game versus SPF.
Alva's up next.
Ava in and out. And no one will get some Fabio's money today. But we got more action coming up in just under 6 minutes. Stay tuned.
Fans, if you're hungry, we ask you to check out the Viking Snack Shack. We have a lot of great snacks out there. Please give it a look.
Just about 10 seconds until the second half begins. Vikings up by 4 right now. I'll tell you what, it is an absolute thriller of a first half. And Malik Moore out there motivating his team, looking to get things started in this second half with a bang.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see Union Catholic come out with, a spark here, right? There's been a couple games in the last couple of weeks, where they've struggled kind of a bit in the second half. So you want to see them come out strong here in half number 2, try to continue to build this lead, and, get a win here. It'll be a not really much needed, but a big-time win on their season.
They were up against Plainfield at halftime. However, that third quarter is where Cliff DeGare got injured. Don't quote me on this, or do. I think we probably could have won that game if Cliff stayed healthy.
Absolutely. I think you could have won that game against Linden. You could have won that game against Plainfield, which is 2 ranked opponents, right? So you could be coming into this one with 2 wins against ranked opponents under your belt if one thing changed, right? So Union Catholic is definitely a phenomenal team. They have the pieces here. That's why in this one, you don't want to go 0-3 against ranked opponents 3 games in a row. Got to get at least this one.
Lewis going to start with it. Getting it to the corner. Driving back. Floaters up. Pure there by Thomas. We're going to take it up. Guarded by Hunter. Loses it. Keeps it alive. Kicks it. Wicks 3 ball. Just off. Ref time there. Lewis again with the eye.
We have a sub here. It looks like a little bloody there.
Johnson steps back in. And Lewis been an absolute spark plug on offense and defense for this Lions team. Viking ball. Hands it in. Wow, what a pass. Great movement there. And a swat by Thomas will keep it alive for the Vikings. Big lineup in right now for UC. Look inside, pull up 2, no good. Pulled down by Johnson. Up to Bray. Gets Thompson to stumble a little bit. Johnson working on Moore. Hand off to Bray. Off the screen. He won't drive, instead kicking it. On the ground, keeps it alive. Bray, deep 3. Banks it in.
Can't leave him open. That's his game. That's it. There's that shot.
I'm no investor, but that bank seems open tonight. Moore, pull up 2. Just a little off. Johnson, transition 3 ball. Whitaker pulls it down. Thompson, picking up speed here. Hands off to Whitaker, double teamed. Moore from Yucatan, no good. Thompson drives, baseline, off the glass, no good. Unfortunate break there for UC. Ray, too much space there, won't fall. And Moore telling his team to slow down.
I mean, yeah, smart there by Moore as his team is obviously trying to rush shots and trying to, keep the momentum that they had coming into half. It's important to, obviously keep the momentum, but it's also important to not make any dumb mistakes and take bad shots, as that's kind of what they've been doing recently.
Yeah, there's an ability to play with tempo, but also, play slow.
Edu, great kick out. Thompson fakes it. Pull up 2. That'll get the scoring started for Union Catholic in this second half.
You saw it right there from the Vikings and Xavier Thompson, right? Set something up, let the play develop, and that's exactly what they did. X with a good shot there, able to get it to full.
Hunter working on Edu. Now Bray driving in. It's like a fading 2, no good. Whitaker didn't know what country he was in. Moore gets the rebound.
I think that's because Whitaker was shoved from behind, though. That may have been a factor in that.
Smacked out of bounds. Lewis stepping back in, along with Rogers coming in for, it'll be Wicks. And one of our lovely cameramen here at Union Catholic, freshman Nico Sirianni, was just hit by the ball. Gives it into Whitaker. Will put one up. Unlucky bounce. Tries to get the putback. Almost, I believe, a fourth chance here. It's on the ground.
I will say this, though. That was a very risky pass there by Thompson. You know, Whitaker in triple coverage. And, you know, they're lucky that Whitaker is able to jump that high and able to maintain possession. On
Thompson in transition. Oh! That's dirty there by Thomas.
Yeah, I got to take a look at that one. That could be a flagrant.
They should. I personally believe that should be a flagrant.
He completely just
nowhere close to the ball. Just complete. That was all. That was all arm.
They're going to talk it over now. Would be almost more surprised if this isn't a flagrant one. Yeah, they're going to.
Yeah, and obviously X took a very hard fall there.
I mean, there's a difference between fouling and just smacking somebody across the chest. Looked like a WWE chop there.
I mean, yeah, sounded like Gunther with that smack. Divine Eke in the building, actually. He, of course, a Union Catholic legend, now playing pro ball overseas. He would be playing in Serbia right now had he not be injured. Vikings talking it over right now. And the refs seem to have come to a decision.
I mean, I would be very shocked, Evan, if this isn't a flagrant.
I would be too myself.
Huh?
2 shots for Xavier Thompson. Thompson's first is good.
Stevenson comes in for Thomas.
Two for two there. Brings the Vikings lead to 3. More on Lewis. Kicks it. Driving in baseline. Tries to kick it out. Bray's got it. Thompson.
This is great ball movement here by the Lions. Just even better defense by the Vikings.
And a timeout going to be called.
Bray looks a little banged up here too for RC. Like another eye poke.
Vikings playing some very tight defense right there. Forces the timeout to be called. And the Vikings, they want this game badly. They've had some very close conference games at home against some very, very good teams, and they believe this is their night.
I mean, yeah, you mentioned they believe that this is their night, and right now they're up 3 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this third quarter. But again, this has been a very physical game, so I would not be shocked if there will be some foul trouble later on in this third quarter. You know, obviously very hard foul by Thomas. We're not going to stay on that for too long, but you know, that's kind of more the physicality that we've seen, that we kind of expected, and we saw in that last play. You know, there was a lot of traffic in the corner there. You know, obviously Roselle Catholic able to get a timeout off in time before the jump ball was called, but you know, we saw all 3 of the players in the corner there fighting for all their might for the ball.
I mean, look, we talked about it, right? This is going to be one that's going to be physical, and it's going to get called tight. Surprised that wasn't a flagrant, but like you said, we move on. There's definitely going to be some foul trouble later on for this one.
That is actually the one foul that's been called in this third quarter.
So far, a very quote-unquote clean quarter right now, but would not be shocked if that changes.
Working in a bit of a wheel here is the Lions. Ray at his feet. Hands off, swings it to Hunter. Guarded by Moore.
This is great defense by the Vikings here, not allowing Lions to get anything going on.
Pull up 2. Won't fall. Oh! Rogers could not hold on. but it'll stay with the Lions.
You know, I spoke too soon. Right as I say that, they get a shot opportunity.
It wasn't a very pretty shot opportunity, I'll have.
Shot's still a shot.
It's true. Hunter driving in. Fouled, no good. That'll be UC's first foul of the third. It'll be Whitaker called for it, his third.
Yeah, I would not be shocked if Whitaker gets subbed out here. Obviously, Whitaker, one of your best players on this team, not just from three, but also on defense, and that's kind of been a huge reason as to why this has been such a close game. You know, we saw when Whitaker came out in the first, Roselle Catholic did go in a little bit of a run, so that's something to keep an eye on. You know, Whitaker's defensive presence is definitely made known when he's on the court, but when he is not on the court, his presence is definitely missed.
100%. All the word in Union Catholic is around Malik Moore, but it cannot be understated how impactful.
There are many unsung heroes on this roster.
For sure. Sorry, I'm just surprised that was not called a foul. I heard his arm get smacked.
I think they did blow the whistle just very late. He was already on the ground.
Yeah, it was a foul.
And Coach Coletti coming in to wipe up the floor.
Crowd going absolutely crazy right now.
Moore getting them hype. You love to hear it. It will not be a foul. Thompson's going to inbound here.
Very shocking that that's not called a foul. And Bray is going to check out here for Johnson.
Looks like Hunter got a hand on it. Not Hunter. Lewis got a hand on it. Trying to find Whitaker in the corner was Thompson. Won't go. Someone's got inbounded here. It'll be Moore. Deep three there for Whitaker is good. Hot Toledo. This guy wants it bad. Hunter bringing it up.
And obviously this is who you want on Hunter. You want Whitaker on Hunter right now with the gear on the bench.
Elbow jumper there. Falls for Hunter.
I mean, the Vikings, you know, they got maybe just get the ball to Whitaker a little more.
Yeah, right now.
Shot he's taken in a while, but he hasn't missed.
Yeah, right now offense
is
is very central through Moore.
Just a little short, a little long there actually.
Yeah, as I was saying, offense is definitely centered around Moore right now, but I think a little more sharing of the ball would definitely do this team wonders. Allows Roselle Catholic not to key in on one player.
Creates separation, a mid-range heat check here for Tyrese Hunter. Brings it back to a one-point game. Moore's three ball won't go. Hunter to Lewis. Creates a bit of separation, won't go.
Dare I say, but not the best of shot selections there from Malik Moore. I want to see Union Catholic try and slow this down a little bit.
Yeah, you mentioned not good shot selection, and recently, up until that Whitaker three, there wasn't many smart selections that the Vikings were making.
Edu in the paint. Guarded by Stevenson. He'll post up. Hold.
Late whistle, but we got it.
Under 2 minutes. That's only RC's second foul.
Though I will say this, Evan, that is Stevenson's third foul and one of their key bench pieces, so something to look out for there.
Scott coming in for Rogers. It'll be a bit of a smaller lineup now.
Now, something to note about this roster is that there's a lot of versatility. You can kind of have Whitaker serve the big man role in this.
Thompson, three ball. That's his second of the night.
And
that right there is an unforced turnover, giving the Vikings the ball back with a 4-point lead. Crowd is getting hype, and so am I.
But yeah, in this three-guard lineup, Whitaker doesn't play the traditional big man role, but you can kind of have him swing with Idu on the corner, not in the corner, in the paint. Especially with Whitaker's versatility on the three, and Thompson obviously a threat to shoot as well.
Moore on Thomas. He's got to pull up too. No good. Edu pulling it down. He'll post spin. Layup is good.
I mean, that is just ridiculous post moves right there. Great footwork.
How about Andrew Edu, rebounding and finishing over 4 different guys. Phenomenal play there by Edu.
Yeah, right now, Roselle Catholic very frustrated.
When we heard this guy was coming in from RC, you knew exactly what was happening. Finishes good there on the second chance. Smacked out of bounds by Thomas. It'll stay with the Vikings.
Rogers comes in for Whitaker.
Rogers been giving the Vikings very, very useful minutes in the second half of this season.
Obviously, stats aren't necessarily going to show up on the sheet, but that's not what he's known for. He's known for being a defensive wizard.
Right, that's what happens when you're 6'6", right? He is what you need. Dr. Regan, in my plentiful interviews with him, praises the bigs constantly. It's not just Edu, who you're seeing feast on offense here. It's Wicks, it's Rogers, it's even Whitaker, who plays more of a small ball big. That right there is what you need out of your team. When you lose your 7-footer, your 6'8" guy, your other size steps up in a lovely, beautiful way.
You mentioned the size steps up in a beautiful way. Again, it's not the traditional size, but it's still size nonetheless, and especially Whitaker. You mentioned he plays that small ball kind of big. It doesn't matter what kind of ball he plays when he can drain the three from that deep. He can give you consistent mid-range shots, and he's able to finish around the paint, also with giving you premium on-ball defense as well.
I mean, couldn't say it any better, guys. Absolutely agree 100%.
300, why that's a lot. Thompson inbounding here.
I like the timeout call there. Sorry, Ev.
I can't believe Scott just kept that in.
And Roselle Catholic running that press again.
Scott seems to have butterfingers here. Gets it to fall is Thomas.
It's little things like that. Got to hold on to the ball if you're Union Catholic.
Thompson, corner ball. No good. Moore wanted that put-back dunk.
My goodness, he got up there.
Playing football now.
Bray, he's back in. 3 ball is good. That'll give RC the lead.
You know, UC kind of gave a little run there. They were up by 6 and have not really scored since then. Vikings have to hurry a bit here with 6 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
You gotta get one up here. Scott. Drew a lot of contact there and won't get one off. Vikings now down 1. They're outscored by RC by 5 in this third quarter, but still a great, great quarter there for the Vikings. It was a bit of a slower scoring quarter. Mind you, Union Catholic had 40 going into the half. They have 52 now. Slowing it down, but the offense, when it's going, it's going. You see Whitaker pulling from RC's home court, to be honest. And now, RC's up by 1, though.
Yeah, I mean, you look at RC coming out of that timeout, right? Get the big shot by Bray, get a couple other shots in there. Right? They did a good job. You know, Union Catholic hits the big shot, then takes the timeout, but able to recover, and that's what RC does so well, right? They stay in the game no matter what. Even if they're down 4, they're down 14, right? They're going to stay locked into this one, and that's what they're going to continue to talk about here. If you're Union Catholic, right? Coach Regan's got to tell these guys, right? You just had the lead in this one for a while. Haven't given it up in a minute, but now got to just recover, be able to get back out there, keep doing what you're doing so well, get that 3 ball, get the ball to Edu inside, and we're going to be just fine.
I think a large part into the reason why the Vikings got outscored in that quarter is because they were playing too fast for their own good. We saw Scott kind of was really unable to catch the ball in those last 30 seconds of the third quarter, and I think it's because he was trying to go too fast and he was thinking about moving up court before he actually had the ball.
Vikings back with their double big lineup. I believe it'll be Bray called for the foul on Moore.
His second of the game.
I mean, that's what happens when you jump the way Malik Moore does. You're going to draw all the contact in the world.
And also helps that he's a phenomenal shooter at the free throw line.
Oh, man, I thought you were going to jinx it there.
If I jinxed it, I probably would have put this headset down and not talk for the rest of the game.
Fourth quarter determines what kind of team you are. Vikings now up by 1. Kicking it, corner ball. Now Hunter, deep shot there. Long board, falls out of bounds. It'll be Vikings basketball.
And that's another thing about this Lions team. They continue to take these threes even though when they're not falling. So I would, if I'm their coach, I would be a little bit concerned on the shot selection. Not yet. I mean, obviously, you're only down by 1 with 7:30 left in this game, but still, something to take note of as they could potentially be putting up better shots down low.
If you're not Moore, if your last name isn't Moore, Whitaker, or Bray, I really don't trust you taking that kind of shot.
Maybe Lewis is maybe Lewis, but even then that might be a stretch.
Lewis has a low arcing 3, that's the thing. Lethal from just beyond the line. But I'm not sure how it works when you get deeper and deeper. Called for a reaching foul. Edu draws it.
It's been interesting the way this one's been called. You know, it's being called tight, but it's being called late, right? At least they're getting away with a lot before the whistle's being blown, and that's something a team could take advantage of.
I think what the refs are going to do, they're going to try and let you play through it unless it's like completely obvious.
Defense of RC has been a spotlight the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, and that's another foul.
And that's 3 fouls in just over a minute. This is going to be a physical fourth quarter as now Trevor Whitaker visits the free throw line.
And see, we're not crazy because we were talking about it a lot going into the second half, and then all of a sudden they stopped fouling. And we were saying, oh, this is going to be a lot of fouls down the stretch. Well, clearly it is because, like Evan just said, 3 in not even, or just over a minute, right? It's going to be tough. Union Catholic's done well to be composed to start this fourth, but it's going to be tough for RC now to navigate this. You only got 2 more fouls to give before Union Catholic goes to the line for every foul.
And something to see is actually that this is Lewis's first foul in all the minutes that he's played today, which is impressive considering how many fouls this Roselle Catholic team has had. Surprisingly, though, the Vikings have not been put in the bonus yet.
That's what goes to show about a composed and talented player, such as Trayvon Lewis. 3 ball there for Thomas, real high, no good. Offensive board, the putback is good. Thompson starting to pick up speed, slow down. Thompson trying to find a look, gets Edu. He'll drive. Fouled.
And just like that, in a little under 2 minutes of action, Roselle Catholic already has 4 fouls.
Yeah, it sounds like a broken record, but Edu is just so good underneath drawing those fouls. It's about the 4th or 5th time that he's gotten to the line doing so.
And Edu is so strong that even though he's being double-teamed, potentially even triple-teamed, as we saw earlier in this game, he's still strong enough to be able to drive through those 2 players and still get to the rim, whether it's a foul or whether it's a made shot regardless.
First free throw will fall for Andrew Edu. I mean, he just went from the top of the key, drove in, showing off the movement. Normally with bigs in high school, especially bigs this big, you find them to be a little slow, a little clunky. Oh, Bray from deep.
Yeah, you just can't let Bray get hot, because if he gets hot, this game may change it.
There's some guys you just can't beat. He was covered there, right? And
yeah.
He just hit the shot. Like you said, Parm, can't let him get hot. That's the thing.
Bray is the difference maker in this game.
And now things are getting physical here.
What we're going to see.
I believe that was the 5th foul called right there.
It was.
Wow, we're just over 2 minutes into this fourth quarter. And that's an off-ball foul sending.
They're going to talk this over. I don't know. It's going to be a full timeout UC.
Whoa.
Sorry to cut you off there, Evan.
No, all good.
Yeah, trying to figure out what's going on here, but
Right.
it'll definitely be a foul probably assessed to Roselle Catholic. Wouldn't be surprised if there's one assessed to Union Catholic as well.
Yeah, wouldn't be shocked if there's warning sent too.
We've seen Union Catholic drive in a lot. I mean, Bray hits the deep three. He wants that contact. He wants to play some lockdown defense, get a steal. And the Vikings crowd getting very loud here, singing, "We can't hear you," to the 5-sec student section of Roselle Catholic who showed up tonight.
There's like maybe 10 students here. And yeah, then there's going to be a foul assessed up to both teams.
Well, yeah, it's looking like an offsetting foul. Coach Regan's not happy about it.
I mean, I will say this. I don't think he really has a reason to be mad. I mean, obviously, your coach, you kind of want it to be in your favor. But it definitely was 2 fouls that offset each other. So, again, something to take note of, though. Vikings are now officially in the bonus. So, next foul, no matter what, they get sent to the line, which is huge, especially in this fourth quarter down 1. Because any way that you can get to the line, you can take.
It is Viking ball here.
Roselle Catholic leads by 1.
Union Catholic has played so far, knock on wood, a really clean game.
Now Thompson will not go to the line because the fouls were offsetting.
Ref telling Lewis to back it off.
That is Hunter.
It is Hunter, my fault.
Edu to Thompson. Guarded by Bray.
Something to keep in mind here. Every foul Roselle Catholic gives is going to send Union Catholic to the line here.
Thompson corner ball, just a bit strong. Rogers pulling it down. Looking to kick it out to Moore, who drives in, loses it. Edu picks it up. Lefty layup is good.
Edu was grabbed around the waist there. Shot still falls.
The defense chants get louder by the second.
If you're Union Catholic here, you can be a little aggressive. You have fouls to give, and you got to draw a couple too. Being in the bonus already.
Drive and dump. Underhand layup there will fall for Jones. Whitaker on Hunter. One heck of a matchup we've seen tonight.
Hunter has to be careful he doesn't foul Whitaker here.
One-handed shot, no good. Edu on the board. My goodness. Spins, puts it up, no good. Thompson falls. Seems like a slippery court tonight.
I mean, yeah, obviously we did have some court issues on the right side of the court in the girls' basketball games earlier, so something to take note of.
Perchance they were freshly waxed. Bray driving, kicking to the corner. Lewis on Moore. Now switching to Edu. Lewis taking his time here. Poked away. Somehow, still picked up by Thomas, who's now going to visit the charity stripe.
And that's Edu's first foul of the game.
He plays a very clean game himself. Thomas's first is good. Second gets a lucky bounce. It'll fall. Now a 3-point ball game. Thompson showing off the handles here on Bray.
Bray's doing a good job staying with him here.
Hand off to Whitaker.
Strong defense from RC.
Whitaker hits the deck. Hand off to Thomas, who's going to pull from Yucatan, no good. The offensive boards, though. A foul going to be called.
We are going to get a foul. I thought
On Jones, and now Edu coming back to the line.
His third of the game.
Thing is, Edu still got that pass off. First free throw, no good. Second will fall, ignoring all the noise, is Andrew Edu. Vikings deciding not to full court press here. Ray driving, pull up two, pure.
I mean, that's just a ridiculous shot there by Bray.
Yeah, Chase Bray having himself a day today.
Yeah, that rhymed a lot.
And Lewis called for the foul as more drives. He'll pay a visit to the line now.
I mean, Malik Moore almost being pulled back there by the arm. Gets the foul call. Almost hyperextended the arm there.
That'll be RC's 7th foul of the quarter. Well, they do stop tracking it past 5, because why would you?
Union Catholic here is going to have to start hitting these shots. Full timeout taken here by Coach Decker.
Hunter took his sweet time in the lane tying his shoe. Or not Hunter, Lewis. I got those two confused way too much. Anyway, Vikings down by 4 right now despite all the fouls. Talk to me about it.
I mean, right now, Vikings have just have not been able to hit their shots. They've definitely have had better shot selection as the game has gone on, but right now their shots just aren't falling. Roselle Catholic is managing to play physical defense without being fouled up until that foul there by Lewis, but for the Vikings, you kind of have to get a little bit of a sense of urgency as there's 3 minutes and 28 seconds. Again, still plenty of time, but you are down 4, and you still have 2 more fouls to give. So, again, Vikings need to kind of start stepping on the gas a bit. I'd say maybe kind of switch the looks up from more getting the ball too much. Maybe give it to Whitaker a bit more. Obviously, they've kind of been defending Whitaker harder as the game has gone on, considering his great range from 3. But here's the thing. Moore is such a threat on offense that he's automatically going to be having one defender on him and one defender in the vicinity. So by Moore drawing that gravity, it opens up opportunities for players like Whitaker, Edu, Thompson, anyone else who's on the court and is able to score.
Moore got 2 to shoot.
I would almost like to see Union Catholic get a little more aggressive here, kind of like Palmer was saying, right? Have the fouls to give, not only that, but
you still have plenty of time.
Plenty of time, and RC's in big-time foul trouble here.
Makes the second. Makes up for a bit of an off first free throw. Thomas driving in, kicking. Who's that going to be called on?
They're going to call it on Thompson.
First is good for Lewis, who's been very, very consistent at not only getting to the line, but sinking the shots. Second, no good. Gets a switch on a Hunter. Moore likes it. He'll drive in. Off the glass, no good. Edu going to be called for a foul there.
And just like that, Vikings have no more fouls left to give unless they want to send Roselle Catholic to the line.
We've been seeing a lot of slipping, hitting the deck. I don't know if that's the fault of the court or the players. Maybe a mix of both.
Yeah, right now Vikings are running the press.
Great look inside, spins. Blocked by Rogers. Gets it back. Jones won't finish, but doesn't matter. He'll be visiting the line. That's the 5th foul on the Vikings.
And, we were just talking about how clean of a quarter this was for the Vikings, just for them to immediately get the Lions into the bonus, and Thompson's going to have his 3rd.
Now you're in some trouble here if you're UC. Right now you're down. It's been a while since you've had the lead. Now you're in some foul trouble, too. Got to get more composed if you're Union Catholic.
You need to slow the game down. They're kind of rushing a bit too much. But again, a lot of that is due to the fact that Roselle Catholic has been playing absolutely stuffing defense, and we see Wicks check in for Rogers.
Goes 1 for 2 at the line. I'll tell you what, a high arcing free throw looks beautiful when it goes in. Moore gonna jog it up, guarded by Hunter now. Great look inside to Edu. A foul gonna be called on Jones, who got a great block after the whistle.
Edu's got to make these. Union Catholic in much dire need of points.
And Jones has 4 fouls, so if you're Roselle Catholic, you might consider taking him out soon.
It's 2.5 minutes. I feel like at this point, just leave him in. He's been a significant impact on defense.
Now, those are the moments that'll kill Coach Regan and this coaching staff, right? Got to make the free throws. If you're going to get to the line, especially when you've had this much, area for free throws, when you've been in the bonus now since the 2-minute mark of this quarter. Or 2 minutes in, for lack of better words.
Yeah, and 2 free throws that Edu can just absolutely not miss as he goes 0 for 2 there.
And now we're going to see a bit of game stalling. This is why
shot clock.
This is why New Jersey just voted on a shot clock.
It is ridiculous that it has taken this long for a shot clock to be implemented, because chew clock like this just is not fun.
Not only for basketball, but actually for lacrosse too. 35 seconds they're looking for in basketball. Lacrosse, they're looking for 80.
35 is still a ridiculous amount of time for a shot clock.
And a trip going to be called?
It's a step in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction, but I feel as if 35 is a bit too much time.
It'll be Whitaker called for his 4th. Wicks at the scorer's table. Rogers stepping out.
That's like, what, 3 times that they've changed in the past, like, what, minute?
Give or take. Goes 2 for 2.
Surprised they left Moore on an island alone with Hunter.
Moore driving, kicking, Whitaker in the corner. Feeding Edu in the paint. A foul going to be called, this time against Thomas.
And Edu needs to hit these free throws.
Hey, hear Coach Decker saying it. Not a great free throw shooter who got a rebound. Edu keeps him quiet there with making the first one, but.
And Rogers coming in for Wicks.
Gotta ask Coach Regan about this one. I'm not even sure I understand changing them back and forth here. Good job by Edu there to make both.
And RC's coach jinxed it just a little bit. Oh, that's going to be a tech on Tyrese Hunter.
What do you do?
He pushed Moore in the back. And that right
all
there.
All kinds of stuff going on there. Coach Regan saying RC can't call the timeout there.
That right there is some expert rage baiting by Malik Moore.
Crowd is absolutely loving that right now.
That right there is what you needed. It's a bit of hope right there for Union Catholic.
Obviously,
Down by 5. Moore's got 2 to shoot.
yeah, 88 seconds left. Moore does have two to shoot, and the Vikings do have possession after that. So obviously 2 big free throws coming up for the Vikings, and then a huge offensive possession. Opportunity, I'm not even going to say it, actually.
I mean, can Malik Moore even become more of a complete player, right? We're talking about him on the court, and now he's getting guys to draw. He's drawing technical fouls here, too.
Never seen a talent like it.
So, your coach, Regan, what are you drawing up here after the 2 free throws?
I mean, I'm not even going to say it either, but just after the free throws, right, you gotta draw something up here. You need a big-time shot for Union Catholic. I mean, they got a chance here. Make both free throws. Get a big-time shot from a Malik Moore or Trevor Whitaker. You're right back in this game all tied up, right? So you got the big-time opportunity here for UC. Coach Regan's got to get it right. Evan, you talked about if there's anybody you trust to get things right earlier. I think if there's anybody I trust to draw up a play here, it's Coach Regan, Coach Goodell, Coach Johnson, Coach Coletti, Coach Young. Somebody in that huddle can figure it out.
Moore standing at the line. Big lineup in right now. Moore, Whitaker, Thompson, Edu, and Wicks. Moore's first is short. Makes the second.
Obviously not the ideal outcome there. Ideal outcome is him to make both. But you're still only down by 4. 88 seconds left. There's still an opportunity for this game to be tied.
What?
I'm trying to figure out what they're calling here.
I'm confused as to what just happened. This is why we need to ref the mics up.
I too am
no.
confused.
Mic the refs up. There you go.
I'm not 100% sure there what we got.
May have been giving a warning to the bench.
We need a Bill Kennedy here. A ref to explain it.
He's trying to create that separation. Good defense there by Bray.
Wicks driving from the corner. Almost loses it. He's on the ground. Timeout called by the Vikings. And Wicks is getting shoved on the ground. Regan with an expertly timed timeout right there.
This is getting too much.
This game's getting really chippy right now.
Well, Vikings have the possession right now.
Yeah, I'm completely shocked that Coach Regan was able to get that off. I mean, it for sure looked like it was about to be called jump ball. Regan able to come in clutch and get that timeout called with 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining.
Right.
Trying to see what the refs are discussing here. I mean,
They might be discussing another foul. Evan, I believe it was you mentioned that Wicks was shoved when he was on the ground.
Right.
I mean, you learn it from the lowest level, right? When you play youth basketball league at a YMCA, right? You're learning you stop at the whistle, and that's not what's happening right now.
That's not what's they've been keep going after the whistle this entire fourth quarter.
Conference ball doesn't get better than this.
It's not even conference ball. It's a heated rivalry between 2 big basketball schools, especially in the last 3 years with the Vikings kind of an upstart in Roselle Catholic's eyes, as they've been in a powerhouse in New Jersey for years.
Giving it into Wicks. Almost handed it off to Thompson, who was in the backcourt.
She's got to start working a little quicker here.
Whitaker
wide
kicking
open.
to Thompson, fakes the corner. Into Edu, gets a layup to go. 2-point ball game. 45 seconds to play.
And they're going to try and chew as much clock as they possibly can. Vikings have to hurry up on defense here.
I mean, the question is, do you foul and hope they get?
I feel like you
Yeah,
you have
gotta.
to foul there. Because obviously Bray, great shooter, but I would rather take the opportunity of Bray making those 2 free throws and then someone maybe getting a miraculous shot off than them just chewing the clock down. Obviously 28.3 seconds remaining. Gotta hope that Bray doesn't get this.
First is good for Bray. Timeout called by the Vikings. Full timeout here. Now this is a situation we've seen about 3 times at home. You're down by very little against a very strong divisional rival. It comes down to free throws.
I mean, it just feels like this is every game, Evan. Like, I know that the Vikings had a lead, like a 6-point lead, in going into the third quarter, but with this Roselle Catholic team, a 6-point lead might as well be a 1-point lead. No, if you have an under a 10-point lead? Even if you have an above a 10-point lead, that lead is not safe with this team.
Nah, with the team that shoots the 3 ball, as well as RC does, there's no lead that's safe unless it's 30 plus.
You hear Coach Decker from up here, get the rebound. Here on the other side, Coach Regan's drawing something up here. Either way, you got to get a big-time shot off. It's either going to be 3 or 4, and with Bray at the line, chances are it's going to be 4.
Bray still with 1 to shoot. Telling Wicks to get back.
You gotta hope that Bray misses this.
And he does!
It's huge. That's huge.
My goodness. Now a 1-possession ball game. Moore's gonna fire it. Oh my! To tie it up!
My goodness, Moore!
That is just what he does. That's Malik Moore. Big-time plays from a big-time player.
Trevor Whitaker just fouled out. Or no, it's a delay of game gonna be called on Trev.
That is an absolutely absurd shot to not even shoot, but to make it absolutely unheard of. But the question is here.
It was quick. It was quick. That's the thing.
Yeah, you still gave them 16.3 seconds left, and obviously you have Lewis, and then you have Bray, who is a prolific 3-point shooter, and that's what he's known for. The question is, who is going to take this last shot?
Got to be careful if you see no fouls here.
Driving in, big shot is good. The clock runs out, and RC wins it on a Trayvon Lewis game winner.
Who else?
Just an absolutely heartbreaking loss there by the Vikings.
RC coach is not happy with how their team just responded to the win. But what a game it was.
Way to spoil a win. But yeah, what a game it was.
Oftentimes getting disrespectful at points, but
well, I wouldn't even say disrespectful. It was a flat-out fight at this point. I'm surprised that there wasn't more drama going on.
Right. RC coming away with the win there. The Vikings moved to 6-7 on the season, 3-5 in conference play, but that does not describe just how well the Vikings have played in this. However, it is not over for us tonight. You'll be hearing Parham talking to Dr. Regan in the post game. So thank you for watching the main show. I'm Evan Floric, joined by Ryan Parmenter and Jacob Neshipour. And as always, stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this post-game interview with Coach Regan. I'm Ryan Parmenter, obviously joined here by Coach Regan. So, obviously, very difficult loss, but I will say this. It was definitely a much better played game this time against Roselle Catholic than last time. What do you think was different?
Well,
in the game
thank
plan?
goodness it was better than last time because they blew our doors out last time. We're a much different team than we were 4 or 5 weeks ago. We keep saying that to the kids, you know. Keep grinding, keep grinding. I'll tell you, we're so close. We're so close, you know. We were at like 20% 4 weeks ago, and we're at about 80, 90%, I would say. Maybe 93% right now. We're at 93%.
I mean, yeah, obviously,
You know?
I think a big reason to that is, especially by Andrew Edu. I mean, obviously fourth quarter, unfortunate he was not able to nail those free throws. But a reason as to why you guys were in that game for so long was because of the paint presence that he had and his ability to get those boards.
Yeah, I thought all three of our bigs played great today. I thought Andrew Edu did a great job inside. How about just the way he catches the basketball and has the composure to score with 3 guys on him?
That drive in the first quarter is ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought RJ did a really nice job with his minutes. I thought Ian did a great job with his minutes again. You know, here's the thing, right? Like, we've played the number 1 team in the state, the number 3 team in the state, the number 5 team in the state, and guess what? If we beat them, then we're the number 1 team in the state, or the number 3 team in the state. So we're right there. We're right there.
You guys have kept them all within what, 5 points?
Yeah, well, you know, eventually you got to win the game, you know. So
Yeah.
that's what our goal is, you know. And again, I think we're actually ahead of where I thought we would be. I didn't think we would see this kind of performance from us against this kind of caliber team until probably end of January, hopefully beginning of February. So I actually think we're about 2.5 weeks ahead of where I thought we would be. So again, really proud of our effort. You know, Roselle Catholic's full of seniors, kids who have played in
games like
county
these before.
finals, you know. And I got like my little baby sophomores out here. So, you know, I think that we're seeing the maturation and the development of our team and our players right in front of our very eyes. And to me, that's very exciting. So as I told the kids, you can be really disappointed in the loss. I said we were 2 possessions short in our last game against the number 1 team in the state, and today we were 1 possession short, right? I mean, you got to tip your cap to RC. I mean, taking the ball to the rim like that, going past the defender through a guy's chest to bank it in.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You got to tip your cap. How about the shot Malik makes down?
I mean, that was ridiculous.
Hit a 3 to tie the game, you know. But again, there's things that we can take care of. We should have done a much better job closing out the third quarter. I call my second or third time out there with a minute to go to make sure that Trevor doesn't pick up a 4th foul in the third quarter. We did a great job with that, but then turnover, score, right? And then we're actually down 1 when we wanted to be up 4 or 6 going into the 4th quarter. You know, you can't give teams, really good teams, life like that, and we did. And did we make enough shots and enough foul shots down the stretch of this game? We did not. We did not do enough to win the game. You know, so it's stuff that we keep working on in practice. We keep grinding, and I promise you, eventually we are going to have it happen. And again, I don't know anybody who wants to play the Union Catholic Vikings. That's for sure.
I mean, right now, obviously, you guys are. You know, record does not say how good of a team you guys are. You guys are 6-7, 3-5 in county play, but you know, you guys have gone toe to toe with Plainfield, Linden, Roselle Catholic. I mean, these are 3
all in back-to-back games.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
very elite teams, and you've kept them all within a 5-point. You guys have kept them all within 5 points. I think is more impressive than actually obviously winning the game is very impressive.
Well, Ryan, I like what you're saying. I think we would all like to win the game.
Yeah, obviously.
But no,
you know,
when you
can't
got
play those hypotheticals.
You got the little baby Vikings, you know, the mini Vikes, we'll call them right now. Yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit for us, right? I mean, I think we have an opportunity next season when everybody's back to be maybe the best team in Union County.
Maybe.
Right? Don't want to put the pressure on anybody.
Obviously,
including myself.
Union County is a very, very hard county.
And you never know who anybody's going to have, right? So it's really hard to say. But our nucleus keeps getting better and better and better. Our defense is great. Our offense keeps getting better. We're getting the shots that we want, you know. And then after you get the shots you want, you start making the shots that you want. You know, so again, really happy with the improvement. Really happy with the continuity. Guys understanding their roles, guys understanding what shots they should be taking, maybe even more importantly, understanding what shots they should not be taking. So again, we're probably about 93%, and we're going to keep getting better and better and better and better. And, you know, as a coach, you always want to be 100. You always want to be 100. But that's like pie in the sky. That's pie in the sky. So we'll keep grinding. And listen, we have a very difficult game on Saturday. You know, we're going to Rumson Fairhaven. They're like 12-3, 13-3. The place is going to be packed. It's a charity game there that we were in last year when we upset St. Rose. Now we got to play Rumson Fairhaven. They're good. They're extremely well coached, but we're hungry. We're hungry. So hopefully we keep that drive at practice. We get Rumson Fairhaven, and then we're back here on Tuesday for a pretty good team named Elizabeth.
Yeah.
My goodness, when does it? It's awesome. It's
just
awesome. If
doesn't.
you're a high school basketball player, how could you not want to play in the Union County Conference Watchung Division? It is, it's glorious. It's glorious. Makes me really happy. So tough way to end the game. But the kids really balled out. I'm really happy with the way they played, and we're going to get it. We're going to get it. So, Ryan, keep up the great work, and I will see you tomorrow is Friday. We have school.
Yeah.
What do you think about the possible impending snow? What do you think about that?
I mean, for me, it's dependent because, it's dependent on if the place that I work at, so I work at the I work with the YMCA.
Oh, nice.
I need to know if they get canceled, and I need to know if there's an opportunity for me to work because obviously,
Gotcha.
senior, I'm going to need money going onwards, but.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know. I had a lot of students and I had a lot of teachers today. They were pajamas inside out. They're ready for a snow day on Monday.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's see.
Coach Regan, before you go, I do have one more question
Go
for you.
ahead. Go ahead.
So, there was like a little situation between RJ and Ian kind of swapping in and out, 4 times within a 30-second span, I believe. What was that about?
Oh, that was a great question. Great. That was all offense, defense, right? I was
Just playing matchups?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I had Ian in on the defensive end, and I had RJ on the offensive end. And I thought they did a great job in what they were supposed to do there. So I always think the offense, defense at the end. We actually did that earlier in the game with Trevor, right? I think it was Trevor and Ian, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was.
Earlier in the game, Trevor had his second foul. I tell you, he picked up his second foul in the first quarter. We got through it.
Yeah, he
got through the half.
After those first 4 minutes in that first quarter, he played a very clean game up
and
until the
that's
end.
how seniors play, right? I'll tell you, Trevor was a man-child today in the paint, being physical, boxing out, helping and stunting and getting rebounds and driving guys out. I was extremely happy with his play. So I think I'm getting a stink eye from Mr. Bonadis. I think he's ready for dinner. I see him over there in the corner. He's been working his butt off all day. I saw him here at school at 7 a.m. He brings the class down for the class meeting. Still here tonight. That guy really, he works super hard. We're lucky to have him here. And when it's dinner time, I know to wrap it up for him. So great job.